Now let's also add the categories for the widgets over here. So we can call this one widgets. So under widgets, we are going to have the HUD as well as the main menu. So I don't think there are any more widgets. So this function should be done. And we also had set view target somewhere else. We'll add a blend to that a bit later. So over here, we'll add in a blend time so it looks good. Alright, so we can have ease in, ease out. And even over here as well we can have ease in, ease out. These are just visuals. Of course this is completely subjective, so it's not proper. So we can set the exponent to 2. Now it should be slightly better. So as you see, now it's much better. So maybe a blend time of 2 seconds will probably look better. So this is going to work. And I also want to add some text on the top. So in main menu, I can go ahead and add some text over here. So I can go ahead and add some text, and this text is just going to say Pacman or something. Pacman Remake, and we'll use the same Pacman font. So as you see, we are getting that Pacman font over here. So I guess I should use the lowercase characters if I want them to be filled or something. So now increase the font size. So let's say I make this one 100. Oops. And I want to center align it as well. So I can go ahead and set the anchor to top 0 0 and the X alignment to be 0.5, Y alignment to be 0, text to be center aligned, and we can increase the size X to be 1000 and size Y to be 200 or maybe 150, and let's say the position Y to be, let's say, 256. Okay, that's a little too much, 128. So that should be about good. Of course, these sort of things are, pretty subjective. So now we have a Pacman-y looking font, and this should be our main menu for now. For the purposes of displaying the score, we can use this first font over here. So this is another arcade type font. So we can follow the same procedure and we can extract the true type font. So we can extract the file over here, and if I search for Arcade Classic, I should find it. It should be much further back. So this is 2003. Now what we can do is we can head back into our extra files, fonts, and we'll paste this in here, and we'll call this Arcade Classic. We'll just change it to case. Now if I were to head in here, we can go ahead and import it. So if I hit import, we should get this over here. Alright, and in fact, if I have to be completely honest, let's try to change it to that. Let's see how it looks. So I guess this looks a lot better for the font, and maybe increase this a little bit. Alright, so Pacman Remake. So this looks pretty good. And now we can head into our HUD and we can change the font over here as well. So we can set that to Arcade Classic. So for some reason it's not detecting the colon. Oops, it's not detecting the colon. That's probably something to do with the font itself, and that's probably not in our control. So what we can do is we can simply get rid of it. So that's probably the simplest solution that we have. So we have the colon here, we can just straight up get rid of it. Let's see if hyphen is there. Okay, so and no special characters are in here. So we can go ahead and just give an extra space and just get rid of it. Even over here we can just give an extra space and we can just get rid of the symbol. Alright, if I go ahead and press play, you see the main menu is well and good. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and set up the play logic. So when you click on play, that is, so on clicked, we can go ahead and add that, and we can get the game mode, get game mode, we can cast to Pacman game mode, And from here we can go ahead and call the start round function. So this should be good. So let's actually have another function called start game. So if there's any resetting of parameters, we can go ahead and do that, and then we can call start round. So first of all, when you click on start game, we want to remove all widgets. So in start game, I believe, so somewhere we have to create the widget. So we have our create widget. So not able to find it. So if I go ahead and search create widget. Okay, so here it is. So this should happen at some point when we start the game. So when we start the game, at some point it should create the widget. Alright. So we can create the HUD and we can store the reference to it. And what we can also do is we can move the logic over here. So spawn characters, start round and stuff. So spawn characters and start round. We can go ahead and set that over here. So now this should technically work. So we remove all the widgets, we create the HUD and we spawn the characters. Just another thing which you might want to do is set input mode to game only. So set input mode game only. So you can get player controller, or if you want you can avoid that entirely. So let's see if the mouse is getting in focus. If not, we'll go ahead and do that. So we need to show the mouse cursor as well. That's something which I did not do. So on construct, we can go ahead and get player controller, and we can set show mouse cursor to be true. This will show our mouse cursor in the menu, and we can set input mode to game and UI, and we can focus on this widget. We'll just get the player controller again, or owning player, doesn't matter. Alright, so if we go ahead and flush the input as well. Now if I press play, you see I can see the mouse and my widget is in focus. Then once we actually start the game, we can go ahead and set input mode to game only. Alright, and we can get the player controller once again. So get player controller. So let's go ahead and test this out. So if I press play, nothing seems to be happening. So on clicked, we have start round. So let's see what happens. Okay, we should have called start game instead. So start game. Now this should theoretically work. Okay, we should remove the blend over there for the actual spawning logic. So over here we should remove the blend. Alright, or if we are going to keep the blend anyways, we should keep a blend exponent. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Go ahead and press play. Okay, this looks like a very good transition, and our game begins. So we could keep a countdown as well. We can do that later if we really think it's required, but otherwise we can go ahead and ignore it. So as you see, we are able to play. And if you would actually notice, you would see that there are bezels on the screen. That's because we have to disable this constraint aspect ratio setting on the cameras. Now if you see, there is no constraint on the aspect ratio and it works totally fine. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the gameplay goes now. So if I hit play, so we are able to go ahead and move it. Alright. Now I also have a quick surprise for you guys. I also have a main menu audio for this Pacman remake, which my friend has provided me. So this is just a remix of the original Pacman song. Of course you can use the original one or whichever one you wish if you are following along. I have downloaded the audio and we can go ahead and use it. So we can copy it into our extra files and we can say audio. So I guess this is the only audio we need, or maybe we need a few more. Let's see. So we can call this main menu music, following our Pascal case naming convention. And over here as well, we can have an audio folder. So go ahead and right click, new folder, audio, and we can just drag this in. Alright. So I guess this is pretty good. If you want, we can also go ahead and create a sound cue out of it. So we can go ahead and right click, create cue, and from here we can make it looping basically. So if we just go ahead and make it looping, we could have even done it over here since we don't have any other effects. I'm pretty sure we could set looping over here as well. So okay, you can edit using sound cue if you want. We'll use this now in our widget over here, or rather when we click on play, so we can play sound. So let's go ahead and play the sound in the menu itself. So what we can do is, I hope we also have a destruct event, so event destruct, so we can make use of this. On construct, what we can do is we can spawn a sound. So spawn sound 2D is going to give us a reference to the sound. So that's the reason we are using spawning basically. Now we can click on, or rather we can select the sound which we wanted to play. So that will be main menu music, and we can promote this to a variable. And we can call it main menu music. Alright, doesn't really matter for audio. I don't really consider this to be that much important. And upon destruct, we can take the audio component and we can call stop. Now, how do I know that I have to call stop? Basically, you just go ahead, and what you can do is you can just look through all the settings. So stop, pause, and few other things are things which you can probably see. If you really get confused, head into audio, and over here itself you will see all the required settings. So you have fade in, fade out, set play state, is playing, and all these things. And over here you have stop, so you can go ahead and stop this. Alright, so we have this music playing. As soon as we press play, the music will stop playing.